Do I look like the Matrix this week? Can you see me?
Like a person from the Matrix?
Yeah.
Or the Matrix? If you were the Matrix, you would just be a series of little green numbers.
Do I look like that? No.
No.
I feel like you also referenced your favourite wrestler in the world. What's his name? The big guy.
You can't see me.
Yeah, that.
John Cena.
I've never seen him wrestle. I've only seen him being hassled by people in the street on TikTok and stuff.
I've never seen him.
Well, I don't have TikTok, but the other avenues of short videos.
Other avenues of short videos are available. Do you know, Francis, I had suggested to Jimmy maybe we should dress up for our Halloween episode, which we missed and we didn't do it. However, Jimmy's costume idea was so good.
So good. Why don't we just do it next week? Why don't I just do it next week?
Well, you could just say it because the listeners were never going to see it anyway. So just bring everyone in on the same one and just tell everyone what you were going to do.
I'm almost not convinced Francis will know the reference. No, he must. Like, everyone's seen it. Regina George from Mean Girls, the bit where
The cut-out boobs.
they snip the holes in a top.
Yeah, that classic, yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna come as Regina George.
I think that's a great costume. Jimmy is a bit of a Regina George as well.
What do you mean?
Me and Danny went to a costume party for Halloween.
Did you?
Yeah.
As what?
Ourselves.
Oh.
Because we panicked and we didn't know what to wear. So, she just dressed as a doctor and I dressed as a cyclist.
Oh, a cyclist, not a YouTuber.
What would a YouTuber costume be?
Yes. What are you wearing?
Oh.
Well, welcome back to our movie podcast for the second week running. No, do the proper intro, Jimmy.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Wild Ones podcast, the show where we chat about bike stuff. I am Jimmy, and today I'm joined by Francis CADE.
Hey.
And producer Emily, who's mid-drink.
Hello. Finish it just in time.
I like how I always have a surname. I've only just realised. You'd say my surname and Emily.
Yeah, my surname is Emily and my first name is producer.
Oh, right. It all makes sense now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Which clears that up because some people do say, why do they always call a producer Emily? It's because it's her name.
Yeah.
What you guys been doing?
No, and thanks to Garmin.
Oh, I have to do that.
It's in your colour.
Thanks to Garmin for supporting the podcast and helping you bring shows like this to you for free.
Lovely. Now that is cleared up.
Didn't you just say helping you bring shows?
Some kind of shows being brought to someone, but it's all thanks to Garmin, whatever happens. So thank you, Garmin.
Okay, well, since we got that cleared up, on to the next question of, how are you both?
Yeah, pretty good. Posted a video, just for a change. Was eight affordable bikes that are actually cool, which was quite hard to fill out a list. But then it wouldn't have been as hard if we just asked our audience, who commented lots of ones that I potentially would have loved to have put in the video and didn't know about or didn't think about.
Who's the authority on what's cool?
I think it's Thierry Henry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yes, the viewers did have some extra suggestions. There was quite a few votes, actually. Maybe the top contender was Sonda, specifically their Camino gravel bike. It looks like they do an aluminium version with Shimano Q's mechanical group set, Tektro mechanical brakes, on offer at the moment for around £999.
That is a cool bike. But then when you compare the affordability to the Canyon, which was in the video, the all-road, the Endurace all-road, the new one, the spec is just it's not the same level of affordability, which is frustrating. Another one people mentioned was the Surly Preamble. That looks pretty good as well. I think their companies are struggling to get hold of drop bar cues in all the different versions because they do a flat bar version, which is really good value. The price that's coming up here is in dollars, $1,099, $959 for the drop bar one, but then the drop bar one isn't cues. It's the more affordable, only 8-speed micro shift, which isn't as good.
I do quite like Surly as a brand. They are a cool
Definitely
brand.
Definitely cool.
A few moments later.
Wait, my audio hasn't been recording.
Are we going to pretend that we haven't just recorded 10 minutes of audio?
No,
Yes.
we're not going to pretend because it's going to be our
That's
fluff
fluff up of the week.
Exactly.
Do you know what? We started this without a fluff up of the week. And my saying is pride comes before a fall. Oh, we've been perfect this week. Cut to us just realising we recorded a little bit and then it stopped recording and now we're back on seamlessly into Jimmy talking about our next bike.
Which one is it?
The Polygon.
The Polygon. Yeah, so there's also the brand Polygon, which I think is an Indonesian brand.
Oh, yes, I've not heard this before.
Yeah, I know. And so they've got the Stratos S4D with Tiagra hydraulic discs, which is $1,199, which converts to about £920. And surprisingly, they seem to be about the only brand left in the entire world that sell a rim brake bike. So I think there's two versions. Oh, I think Emily's dying now as well.
Sorry, 1 second.
Pride comes before a fall.
Second fluff up of the week, dead Emily.
No, there is a few. Back on the topic of rim brake bikes, there is quite a few still, but maybe not many cool ones. Maybe this is one.
Well, I think this Polygon is legitimately cool in a rim brake version. So much so, when I saw the colorway, I was like, oh, that's a little bit tempting. That is a little bit tempting.
Where'd you get them?
Where'd you get them? In the UK, it looks like they're sold through Go Outdoors, which is like an odd place for them to be sold. But then I suppose Go Outdoors want to sell some bikes and Polygon want to sell some bikes too.
Yeah, if you want to go outdoors, sometimes you want to do it on a bike.
Exactly. So the S2 rim brake version has Claris and is $569, which is about 436 quid.
Nice. Okay, well, next one, someone mentioned Kinesis.
Oh.
It's a brand that rarely gets a mention on our channel, in fact.
But we should really get one. Everyone talks about the Tripster. There's a Tripster, there's a version of the Tripster with extra big tire clearance, I think. But it is also the equivalent of the bike that every roadie would historically ride through winter, which was the blue RedBull. Do you remember that? And it was like people were kind of into racing, would always have a winter bike, and they didn't care if it got messed up because it was cheap. RedBull, before they were a bike brand, were a different type of bike brand. They were like the Wiggle equivalent. They would sell group sets and stuff online, and they had a frame set which was blue. Everyone had the blue one, and the Kinesis make road bikes which kind of fill that void, I think, as well as other more premium and lovely ones as well.
And I would say before that, it was Dolan. So I know you featured Dolan track bikes in the video, but I had what's the track? Which one did I have? What's the precursor? Is that the one I had, or is that the track bike?
That's the track bike.
Oh, what was it called, the one I had? Previsio, that was it. I had the Dolan Previsio, which was the rim brake version of Dolan's bike, which I had set up as like a winter bike. So I guess it was like Dolan, then Kinesis, then RedBull.
I don't know whether I have any say in what's cool or not, but I think that Kinesi do look cool.
Kinesi.
I'll message Thierry Henry and I'll check.
Okay, double check.
I'll tell you next week.
Okay, well, last one from a user. Their name makes no sense. I'm not going to read it out. They say, though, coolest bike I ever had was a purple rally chopper with a banana seat, 3-speed with a gear shifter on the top tube. Undeniably cool, I think.
They are very cool, but it's like a show bike, isn't it? It's like having a classic car that you never use, or like a really fancy piece of jewelry that never actually gets worn.
Oh, I think this person might have actually used it.
Well, yeah, maybe as a kid, just like going up and down the street.
Right.
Or doing some like jumps with your mates. But the problem with that is that it's a really cool bike that you can't really do anything with. And another example of it is just BMXs. They are infinitely cool. There's actually one behind me that once upon a time did an Everest somehow. And I was just about to say, I've actually just contradicted myself. Now.
Yes, proof that it's a very practical, excellent bike for any application. It just needs an extra long seat post.
What I was going to say is you can't ride a BMX for a long time because they're incredibly uncomfortable and horrible.
Incorrect, wrong.
Incorrect. Francis once again proves the world wrong.
I don't know. It was incredibly uncomfortable and horrible. So
only 16 hours then. Not a moment more.
Yeah. Well, I think on the basis that the title of this video was 8 affordable bikes that are actually cool rather than 8 incredibly practical bikes that are actually cool. I think that the Rally Chopper could make the list.
Practicality and coolness is a contradiction.
Oh,
Well, same with like clothes. You can't wear cool clothes and be comfortable, can you?
yeah, and cigarettes.
They're always shit and annoying. It's true.
I disagree with both of you. I think
true.
practical and cool can be a thing.
Okay, like what? Swiss Army knife.
A Swiss Army knife, yeah. A Toyota Land Cruiser.
Cool. We can make videos about this.
Dr. Martens.
Oh, okay, fine. I also want to say for the record, the cigarette thing was a joke based on something Francis said before. I actually don't think smoking is cool. I just want to put that out there.
It is cool, though, isn't it? Just don't do it. It's bad for you.
No. Right, okay, Francis, take us into the news.
Right. First up, internet sleuths think they've spotted a new Canyon Air Road. Or is it an ultimate? The bike in question was spotted on socials being ridden by Mathieu van der Poel, and it was shared by the Instagram account Cycling Spy, who asked, is this a new Canyon Air Road on the way? The frame definitely looks new, as do the bars, but some commenters think the tube profiles are too shallow and the stays and forks are too thin to be an air road. There's speculation it could be a revamped ultimate with more aero features and larger tyre clearance. I did some enhancifying. You know, like the FBI
Yes.
have software where they can just like enhance things and zoom in and find reflections and then find the bad guy like in the background of a photo.
Who did you find in this?
I found some writing on the seat tube of Van der Poel's bike. And it says, I think it says either Ultimate or Endure Race. It's the same amount of letters, and there's an obvious A, but the A is also in the same place in both of those words. So I'm not sure. It would be weird if it was an Endure Race. It would be more likely that it's an Ultimate, based on the timelines as well, because we reviewed the Air Road, the new Air Road, a year ago?
I'm pretty sure it was last summer, as in summer 2024.
It feels like about 6 weeks ago, but it was fairly... The point is, it's too recent for a new Air Road to be coming out. So I'm guessing what Canyon are doing is making a new, probably more aero version of the Ultimate, which is where World Tour bikes are going. Everything's getting more and more aerodynamic because the UCI relaxed the rules around aerodynamics and the tube profiles a couple of years ago, and it kind of takes bike brands a while to catch up. There's a lag between them going, oh, these are the new rules. Let's design a new bike, make it really aero. Stuff like the Colnago is now coming out where it's all weird and big and ugly.
Oh,
Banned.
I think the only challenge to that, and I do agree with everything you're saying, playing Mr. Devil's Advocate over here, because the Colnago is so out there compared to the current Air Road, there could be a scenario where they go, or actually, we need to rush through the development of something more extreme for our professional cyclists.
Something different again.
Also, a new Air Road,
Right.
but one that's pushed on in terms of its performance.
So what do you think the writing on the seat tube is? Just a troll? I think that must say Endure Race.
It does look like Ace at the end, doesn't it?
It does look like Ace at the end.
Could it be that Canyon are doing the thing that I've wanted bike brands to do for ages and ages,
One bike.
which is just make an endurance bike with aero-y features, because a lot of people want that, but they want a geometry that they can actually ride.
But why is Matteo on a bike like that?
Imagine.
Unless it's just for marketing.
Well, he rides whatever they tell him to ride. Yeah, he's there. He's in Calpe or somewhere with wherever they are. I don't know, some training camp. He's got like multiple bikes with him.
I can see you zoomed in on Mathieu van der Poel's crotch there, Jimmy. What are you looking at?
His crotch.
Matteo van der Poel's crotch. Again. Busted me again. Once a week I get done for this.
What, just Van der Poel?
Yeah. It's fantastic. Honestly.
Only once a week.
Exquisite, some would say. Jokes aside,
Do you want me to enhancify it for you, Jim?
no need. Silliness aside, it looks from the picture, it's hard to tell whether it's warping or whether it's actually the image or not, but it looks like the handlebars are much more swept forward, which is in line with, I think Cervelo are doing it, Colnago are definitely doing it. I have a profile design aero handlebar, which I think has allegedly been designed or has like road time trials as a consideration for it. It seems very fashionable, doesn't it? Have these swinging forward handlebars. They look great, but you couple up one of these extended reach handlebars with SRAM shifters, which Matteo van der Poel's not doing, but other people will be. And you just have an astronomical reach. It's a proper bike racer setup.
I won't say who this is, but one of my friends has got the new SRAM, and now their bike does not fit anymore. Like, it really is a thing.
I remember when we were testing it, and I think the general reaction was, "Oh no, it's not as bad as it seems."
And then you measured it, and it is.
It's massive. It's huge.
You don't need to measure it. It's that obvious when you jump on it. Funnily enough, Giles, I can talk about Giles because he wants to basically, my friend has achondroplasia, which is a type of dwarfism, which means his proportions and his hand strength in particular, which is related, like your grip strength. So braking is quite difficult for him, is affected because of his condition. And he would love to use and be able to ride the new SRAM because the braking performance is that the brakes are more powerful than Shimano. And that does make a difference for him, and that's great. But because he then has issues with the reach of a bike, it's prohibiting him from being able to use the new SRAM unless we can find a short reach handlebar, which is super short reach to maintain his position. So it might just be like we need to redesign the bike because braking is a real problem.
Why are you saying we? How have you been roped into this?
Because I ride with him all the time, and I want him to continue
keep riding
and
fair.
enjoying himself. Like, that's just it, isn't it? Like, there's other issues with that. Like, as soon as his bike's in for service, he hasn't got a spare one because it's such a specific thing. But the reason the SRAM brakes work so well is apparently part of the design within the shifter, and things have been moved horizontal. So maybe they have to be long to be good at braking. Annoying.
I personally don't think that the new SRAM braking is significantly better than Shimano braking.
It is.
It's better, but it's not significant.
It's enough of a difference.
I'm not
for some people.
Yeah, I think maybe I need to do some very specific side by side.
I think you'd be surprised if you tested them side by side, because the SRAM ones are legitimately one finger. And that is a lot less force that's needed. So you probably won't notice, but if you didn't have grip strength as strong as you do...
Oh, thank you.
Notice a big difference.
Yeah, Jimmy just like, he'll hold a cup of tea and he'll just smash in his hand.
Crush it, just...
Yeah.
It's the actual real reason we had to restart the podcast. Is I just snapped the iPad. I had to get the spare one.
Right, before we move on to this, do you want to clear up why you insist on calling Mathieu van der Poel Matteo?
Well, there's nothing to clear up about it. It's his name, Matteo, man.
Yeah, but like...
Matteo van der Poel, man.
People always complain that we pronounce them wrong. It's not that you don't know it, it's just that you refuse to call him the correct name.
Whenever anyone says his name, listen to it, and what they actually say is Matteo.
Okay, fine.
How would you say Thierry Henry?
Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
Quite good. Right, fine, moving us on. Speaking of new bikes, Colnago has just released a new track bike. It's based on the Y1 RS and the TT1. It looks pretty nippy, and of course, they claim it's more aerodynamic, stiffer, and more versatile than ever before. It's been 7 years since Colnago released a track bike, and you have to ask yourself, why now? Benny, our CADE Media comrade, has a conspiracy theory. It's controversial, but it is that Pogačar is going to attempt the men's hour record. This is a very bold speculation, but he does have his reasons.
Well, let's hear them.
I will outline them. Number one, Pogačar is undeniably UAE and Colnago's golden ticket right now, and they will always be looking for opportunities to cash in on that while he's good. Pogačar likes to break the mold. Look at his calendar. You know, he's a classics guy. He's a Grand Tour guy. You wouldn't necessarily, on the face of it, say that he's a slippery fast TT guy. However, he still performs amazingly well in TTs.
He does, yeah. I think he's ranked third in the world for time trial.
Well, there you go. It's Colnago's first track bike in ages, and it's based around the Y1RS, so it kind of cross-markets with that bike. And Pinarello did something very similar with Filippo Ganna, who then went on to set the current men's record in 2022 on that bike. So they are his arguments. What do we think? Are you buying it?
No.
Okay.
They are excellent. It's a very good case put forward, but I think it's too soon for him. I think he's still too focused on Grand Tours and the big money-making races. And I think there probably will come a time that he thinks about it. He's not particularly slippery. Like, there's certain riders out there which are known for being aero. A really good example of it is Alex Dowsett. No doubt a world-class rider and an unbelievably incredible career. But back when he was racing, which is not even that long ago, his numbers wouldn't necessarily scream that he was on the same leveling as the biggest cyclist in the world. Yet he is known for being so slippery and so aero that he was able to get some incredible time trial performances. And I would say Pogačar is the opposite of that. I would say he isn't particularly slippery, but his numbers are so astronomical that he can just botch his way or blast his way through really good time trial performances. So you've got your Garners of the world and your Josh Malins that are big power riders with very slippery positions. I think that this is set up for a UAE attempt, but I don't think it's for Pogačar.
Okay, who do you think it is?
There's actually multiple contenders in UAE. So they have the Mexican TT champion Del Toro. I don't think it's for him. Almeida won the TT at the Vuelta. I don't think it's for him. I think it is going to be Jay Vine, who is the Australian national TT champion from 2023. He's currently ranked second in the world, and he came second to Ghana by less than 1 second at this year's Vuelta TT. So I think we're going to see Jay Vine have a dig at it.
Did you mean Josh Tarling?
Oh, what did I say?
Josh Mayland, who's the guy who works for a distributor sometimes.
No, he works for Quack now.
Oh, Quack. He works for Quack.
I knew as I said it, I was like, that doesn't feel right, but no one stopped me, so I'm going to keep going.
I'll be honest, I was not listening.
Josh Tarling. I mean, it was all... They were on Ineos during that time where Dan Bigham worked for Ineos, weren't they? Where their TT results just went through the fucking roof because of expertise and excellent knowledge. So he's now at RedBull.
Yes.
So are we going to see the same there? I mean, Remco was already fast, but now we have Remco plus aero experts in the same team. He's more likely to go for this kind of thing, isn't he?
I actually think that is a really, really good punt. I think Remco is probably at the point where he's saying, I can't win a Grand Tour. What else can I do that draws loads of attention to me, that really locks in that I am the greatest time trialist of all time? Dan Bigham, he's moving to Red Bull. I think Remco going for the hour record soon, I think, is on the cards. But when I say soon, I reckon 2 years.
Do you think Poggy would beat Ganna now?
No.
Yes.
I don't think he would.
You reckon? I think he would.
Because 60 minutes on a track is brutal. It's a different kind of brutal.
Does Pogačar not have those power numbers?
Yes, he does.
He does, but it's horrible doing it. And you have to train specifically to be good at riding one on the flat and then indoor on a track. Like, it is different. It is different.
So here's a weird example. If I'm riding with a big person, Nick Vieri, our mate Toby, their power on the flat, or if there's a headwind, they can just suck it up. Whereas I am absolutely squealing trying to hang on to their wheel, and they are completely and utterly chilled. Increase the elevation to sort of plus 7%, and all of a sudden it just completely shifts. And it's kind of the same principle. Because these are our records in perfect environments, you have to have a big enough engine and a big enough power output and be dialed into on every single bit of aero you possibly can be. And that's not saying Pog can't do those things, but it will be such a big sacrifice and pull him away from the big money things that he's being paid to win.
That's the point that gets me. He is no doubt hungry. He's no doubt a multi-discipline superstar. Grand Tours, day races, classics, cyclocross even, TTs. But I think people don't give...
Pog doesn't do cyclocross.
He started off in cyclocross.
Yeah, but he's not racing it now, is he?
No, he isn't, but he's capable of racing it, is my point.
Yeah.
And also, on that point, from 2027, the UCI are going to allow cyclocross and mountain bike points to count towards
That's class.
Team points. So you never know. We might say, probably not, but you never know. My point is, he is very good at a lot of things. I think people don't give him credit enough for the fact that he is clever. They think, oh, he's really hungry. You can wind him up and let him go, and you can get him on his emotional side. He knows he's not invincible. He's talked about like the dangers of physical and mental burnout as an athlete. He's aware that he's only one man with 24 hours. He's got a packed calendar. On his off season, he's doing all of his commercial commitments, says his mum, and he basically doesn't have any time. So an hour record, I think, would require a whole new focus, a whole new set of training, planning, optimization, which again is going to just dilute it too much.
Yeah.
Also, I saw there was a quote from someone at the UCI saying Tadej Pogačar would race cyclocross tomorrow if his team would let him. That's another big thing as well. Would his team let him? Is it worth marketing this bike for the sake of actually giving up maybe winning the Tour or something like that? No.
I think there will come a point where there will be certain grand tours that he steps away from to allow the younger riders to come through and step forward as a team leader. And those are the kind of points where he's starting to wind down his career, which I think is probably going to be sooner than people are expecting it to be. He will then go, right, okay, so if I don't do the Vuelta, then I can then he could do the Giro, not do the Tour, not do the Vuelta, and then focus on a winter hour record, for example. I think it'll be something like that, but it's going to be 4 years down the line, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever see him do it. But I like the theory.
The winter hour record on the ice rink. In other news, RedBull Bora Hansgrohe has sacked former Spanish champ Oya Lazcano over abnormalities in his biological passport. The alleged abnormalities occurred when he was at Movistar from 2022 to 2024. He's now facing a 2-year ban. He's been provisionally suspended by the UCI. For those who don't know, an athlete's biological passport is a record of all the relevant information related to anti-doping. It includes test results as well as information like their whereabouts, their training schedules, where they're at, altitude, any illnesses, dehydration, etc. This data is closely monitored for indirect signs of doping rather than detecting the substance itself. If an anomaly is detected, an independent expert panel then makes a ruling and suspensions can follow. But Lazcano says he's never doped, that he's a person of integrity, and that he'll battle to clear his name. Meanwhile, Movistar said they're committed to clean and transparent sport.
And RedBull said something similar.
Yeah. Movistar's like, they're troubled. Didn't they have another rider who was done this year for not turning up to stuff?
Fact or speculation?
Vinicius Rangel Costa, 20-month suspension for 3 whereabouts failures with a 12-month period, which is also an anti-doping rule violation. Movistar, this year.
Well, on a totally separate but semi-related topic, former Ineos rider turned fellow podcaster Luke Rowe says he used to go out of his way to make convicted dopers' lives hell back in his racing days. So a listener asked them if there were any riders that they disliked in the peloton, and he said, you know who I did flick? People who tested positive and then came back to the sport. I would just ride through them and go out of my way to do it. If it's black and white, you've been done for something and they're next to me, I'm just going to ride through them. I don't understand why every rider didn't do this, because then it would make their life hell, because they don't deserve to come back. That's probably the only category of rider I was like, I don't give a about you. You've cheated me. You've cheated the sport. You. He also called cheaters scumbags and said if everyone in the peloton had the same mentality as him, you could just bully them out of the sport back to where they belong. Oh, I think it's very rare to hear riders be that unguarded on the topic of doping.
Well, it's a bit like the Kadusha rider Willie Smith. He said, "My problem with statements like this is that riders always have big mouths only after they retired." And that is perhaps something I agree with in the sentiment.
Do you remember when they called Quintana a little f***ing rat? Also, someone who was tested positive for a banned substance, tramadol, at one point, I believe.
Oh, didn't they say something else about Pogačar? He wouldn't be able to win on a bike that was 5 years old.
I think the comment was like 10 years old, or maybe 5, and could have been thought through better.
Until the bike they've just released, he was riding a bike. He was winning on a bike that was pretty old.
Basically 5 years old. Yeah.
And that was kind of the joke, wasn't it? Is that it was like, look how much he's winning, and the bike tech he's on is very dated compared to a lot of the competition.
Yeah. I guess those guys, I mean, Luke Rowe was at with their Pinarello launch, and I didn't realize he'd been on Pinarello for that long. So I think you're in a bit of a bubble, aren't you, if you're on a pro team and you really are riding the same model of bike year after year after year after year. It's such incremental gains. I don't know if it is. I don't know if what they're saying is right.
I would actually love to see Pog do a race on like a 90s alloy race bike and see how well he did or not.
I think they're right. That in the case of some riders, I think it would make a difference. I think Pog is just on such a different level that he really could ride a bike from 10 years ago and he'd actually be fine.
I think so too.
A request for an unpopular opinion is that they should do a race where everyone rides the Shimano neutral service. It's like, what's that F1 sport? It's not F1, it's like
I think it was Formula E.
Where everyone drives the same bike.
Car.
Fuck's sake, yes. You know what I'm trying to say, okay? You know what I'm trying to say.
I understand you.
But no one liked it, did they?
I don't think it. I think they also did it as like nations. So I think like Great Britain had a team of 2 drivers, and all of the different nations had a team. So it was on paper it was really good, but yeah, it just didn't catch on, I believe.
All the Formula E fans getting into our comments. How dare you forsake Formula E? Did I use forsake right there? No,
that's the. But it felt good.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Okay, well, I'm moving on. Luke Rowe's former teammate, Pidcock, Tom.
The other way around. It's Tom first.
On the topic of Luke Rowe, former teammate Tom Pidcock has been catching a few strays this week. People are suggesting he might be a little bit tight when it comes to money. Escape Collective wrote a very tongue-in-cheek piece about his penny pinching. Apparently, back in his Ineos days, he emailed Dan Lloyd at GCN asking for a free GCN Plus subscription to save himself £40 a year, despite being on somewhere between £5 or £6 million a year. And he's now getting stick for quibbling over buying his own snacks. So he's been out in South Africa racing an 800-kilometre gravel event called the Nedback Gravel Burn. And apparently he was on the race's vlog channel jesting that he'd had to shell out to buy his own marshmallows for the group campfire that night. And he was saying to the race organiser that they should supply them next year. To be fair, I don't think this is that deep, and I do think that it's a jest from both sides here. But I feel like I'm duty bound as a fellow Northerner to defend Tom, because as a fellow tight Northerner as well, I think it's part of our culture. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how much money you earn. You look after those pennies, and the pounds look after themselves.
Do you remember I had to teach you how to spend money?
I respect the 2-week-long umming and ahhing and deep thought about where to buy Zelda Breath of the Wild from. And eventually you took the plunge.
I bought it from CEX secondhand.
Computer exchange, yeah, 26 quid.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
It was a good deal. And if I was like, if I'll play it on in enough time, I can then take it back and swap it for another one.
What, for a full refund?
No, not a full refund, but it'll depreciate in value a bit. Yes, I understand that, but, there is some value in it. Listen, I'm on Tom's side. I get it. Also,
To be fair, though, I am on Tom's side as well.
yeah.
Like, he's a big deal. Get him his marshmallows.
Marshmallows for Tom.
Also, the GCN thing. This came out on a podcast by former GCN staffer Killian Murphy, Killian Kelly. He managed the requests and they read out Tom's text to Dan Lloyd.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, it said, it's Pidcock here. Rowe, aka Luke Rowe, sent a message in our group saying if anyone would like a GCN pass to email you, be great if I could get one, please. Thanks, Tom. Very polite. They also mentioned he wasn't the only pro doing this. Danny Martinez, Arnaud Delis, Liam Slock, presumably Rowe himself or other people in the group. That's what they've invited people to get free memberships. And then, I mean, just be careful who you're telling your business to is what I would say, because a couple of years later, they might end up with a podcast and reveal it all.
That's a bit of a move, though, isn't it?
I don't know. Again, I don't know whether it's all in jest.
I'm
but,
sure it is all for a bit of fun.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong or derogatory or negative about being tight. We're told not to make fun of other cultures, and I think it's a northern culture.
Pros get a lot of hate in comment sections, don't they? Like, it's just, you can't win. You're either good and you're doping, or you're tight with money, or you're rubbish and you don't deserve to have a pro contract. It's just like horrible. Just horrible.
Mm.
Did you see the race that gravel burn thing? I ended up watching it pretty much all from Lawrence Carpenter, my good friend's Instagram stories.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Pidcock is in those videos. And they spent quite a lot of time riding together, I think. Tom won a stage, didn't go for the overall, which then meant he could chat with Lawrence. And he's been a good sport. I've interviewed him once at one of the tour series ages ago, and I think he's a good guy. He's always he's a good sport.
Yeah, I think he's just got a personality as well. So he just says stuff, and probably half of it is in jest as well. And the more you say, the more you're going to get headlines written about you, I think.
Yeah.
Same for Luke Rowe, same for Tom Pidcock.
And the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I actually really like Tom Pidcock. I think he's got he seems to be like one of those people that he kind of does what he wants.
Yeah.
He races the races he wants. He races them how he wants to. And I think now he's moved, we're going to see him just be even more playful with his career. And I think that's good. It's good to see.
Exactly. And also, the life of a pro athlete is it's a short career. So you do have to be incredibly careful and savvy with your money. Make that bank, Tom Pidcock. You go, Gang Coco. Okay, next. Should we do some unpopular opinions? We're going to read out some cycling hot takes, debate them, and decide if we agree or disagree. First one was sent to us by a listener called Nev, but it's not his opinion. It's from one of his favourite YouTubers, a dude called Bike Farmer. This is a guy who runs a bike shop in Wisconsin and, in Nev's words, has very clear views on the bike industry and loves a rant.
Ooh.
Anyway, Bike Farmer recently uploaded a video called Cycling is Not a Sport, and this was his hot take. Cycling is not a sport. Bike racing is a sport, but cycling is just a really fun activity. If you just hopped on a bicycle and went for a ride, you'd certainly be cycling, but I don't think you'd be participating in sport. Calling it a sport makes regular people feel like they've got to be an athlete in order to enjoy it.
Hear, hear?
Yes. Oh, it should be obvious. So many hobbies are like that, aren't they? How many people do you think ruin their own hobbies by trying to get too good at them?
But I would say we have all done that at some point.
Oh, yeah, I am like that with every single thing I do.
100%. But that's why it's the bell curve. It's the bell curve thing. So you have to go through it to get to go over the other side and go, oh, now I'm the man with the hood. Chill out and just ride your bike for fun.
Yep.
So the real wise people are the people that didn't even have to do that in the first place. They don't have to go through the jet. They already know.
But you don't know until you know. You come out the other side with a big grey old beard and a wizened cane and a look of wisdom.
Yeah, I'm all for that. See, I think this sentiment is essentially Mr. Demotivator. Because that's kind of for me, it's like the general Mr. Demotivator rule, which is just ride a bike and enjoy it.
Yeah, I think what he's saying, though, calling it a sport makes regular people feel like they've got to be an athlete. What he's saying is it puts up barriers to entry. Like we're always talking about how do you get more people on bikes? How do we stop people seeing cyclists as like this other group rather than just people? And it's like, take walking, for example. people go, I'm just going to go on a walk. I'm going to walk to the shops. I'm going to walk my dog. You don't necessarily
pull out the poles.
No, you don't associate it with being an athlete, needing athletic prowess, although it does require some level of fitness. So, and therefore, are we selling ourselves short by revolving it around sport?
Yes.
Yes.
Is the answer.
Having said that, I don't want all the people who are into it as a sport to stop cycling either.
No, of
I don't
course
want them
not.
to be put off. And on the reverse side, like, it's just more people.
Yeah.
There need to be voices on both sides. Oh, you both sides are.
No, I agree. Sit on that fence, Francis.
No, I am on the side of more bikes.
Yeah. Yeah.
More people on bikes.
Here.
Unless they're running people over. Next, James says, firstly, I've never owned or wanted to own a road bike. That's how entertaining this podcast is. So great work. We haven't made you want to buy a road bike. Secondly, here goes. Buying a gravel bike is easier if you were a mountain biker first than a roadie. I've been a park and downhill rider since 2008 and got into gravel as so many rides involve a long drive /hotel/passes, and I just want to be able to ride from the front door. Geometry, tyres, group set, and so on were super easy to decide on knowing my style of riding and line choice. As a roadie venturing off-road for the first time, I can imagine it being a minefield as it's so far removed from your norm.
I think easier, he said, isn't he? Is it easier? I think I agree with him.
I think he's probably right, yes.
But I don't think it's that hard. Because, a lot of, like, when you grow up, you probably have, like, one of those, like, junk mountain bikes. So you've kind of, like, slung it around off curbs and tried to do a little jump here and there, even if you haven't done, like, proper mountain biking. I just don't think it's that hard. You just get a bike and ride it. Like, we've ridden road bikes on proper, like, off-road stuff, and we've been fine. I've ridden mountain bikes on off-road stuff, and I've been fine. I've ridden mountain bikes on roads and been fine. I've ridden gravel bikes on all of those scenarios and been fine. Bikes are pretty good. They just sort of work.
They are very good these days. I think what he is getting at, though, is especially in the last few years, it's been harder to choose a gravel bike because there's loads more different types of gravel bike. They've become, like, big tyre, almost cross-country mountain bikes with drop bars, or should you be buying a road bike with slightly bigger tyre clearance like the all road? There's way more choice. So where you don't want to get the wrong one and then people get that paralysis, like purchasing paralysis, and then there's too much choice and then they won't buy one at all. And you don't want that. You want people to be able to go, the reality is you're going to have a great time on the big fatty mountain bike, gravel bike, and you're going to have a great time on the road bike with slightly big tyres as well. And you probably have to just buy one and take the plunge and hope and ride it for 6 months, and then you get to know what you like.
I think your thought process has made me agree with him more.
Excellent. Oh, can I also add, you can put smaller tyres on a bike that came with fat tyres, but you can't always go the other way around. So maybe a good choice is for lots of new riders to just go with the biggest tyre clearance possible, which is what I tend to recommend when friends are like, oh, what should I get? Just get the big tyre clearance one. You can always put skinnier tyres on.
Yeah, I don't know much about mountain biking, but I feel like he is probably right. I always think of mountain bikers, again, and when we're talking about this like bell curve of wisdom, I feel like they just know more.
Oh, well, it's so skill-based.
It's so skill-based.
People love gear in every area, any hobby, right? And mountain bike in particular, there's so much choice. There's different travel. There's the electric ones. There's different tyre sizes. There's the downhill tyres, cross-country tyres, all this. How do you know? And then the real good mountain bikers, someone like Sam Pilgrim on YouTube, rides the headboard of a bed down a trail faster than you can on like a top-end mountain bike. So it's just buy the one that speaks to you.
But as someone from the outside of that discipline of cycling, when I talk about like hard barrier to entries, it feels like people in that space, the mountain bike space, are just like they're going from 0 to 10 out of 10 on skill straight away. Like how do you get the confidence to just throw yourself down something?
Oh, I just took Jimmy to the first trail I took him to was a black trail, and then went, this is the way home. This is the only option.
And to be fair, most of it was really fun. And there's a couple of moments where I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
Because bikes are so good these days. That was cross-country bikes, and it's like so capable.
That is my biggest take-home of mountain bikes, is you just get this level of confidence from them. I actually think you'd be amazing on a mountain bike trail.
Me?
Yeah, you, because you descend faster than I descend. Maybe not anymore, but you definitely used to.
Send it.
Send it.
Yeah.
I think you would. I think you would get there and go like, oh, these are big squishy bikes. Send it. And you just throw it down, and then you'd probably break your back or something.
Maybe I'll find my new passion. Yeah, no, I don't know whether it's when you get older, you become more aware of your mortality, though.
I've definitely found that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would like to try it. I don't know where to start, and also none of your bikes fit me. So
Get a bike.
Am I buying one? No.
Why not?
I just don't want to have it in our house.
Yeah, same. No one wants to have a mountain bike in their house.
No, it's the bars are too wide.
Extra big. Yeah.
I'm actually planning on rebuilding Francis's mountain bike without asking him for permission, and I'm going to do some mountain biking this winter with Nick, I think.
I want that back. That's another bike that CADE Media has just taken and it's just in pieces.
Well, it's not actually CADE Media taking it. Now what I'm telling you is it's just Jimmy Nichols is taking your bike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do want you to have fun, so maybe
Oh, lovely.
maybe you're allowed to.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I think we are all in agreement that mountain bikers are just better and know more than us.
Wait. A lot of them, and then there's a portion of them that are.
What? What are you going to... Yeah.
I think we can also apply that to any section of society. There are the noisy minority who, maybe should speak less. But what this has made me realise, and this week's emails have made me realise, that more people than I realised listen to our podcast who don't ride drop bar bikes. Which is, we say we're cycling stuff, which is very all encompassing, but really this channel's focus is drop bar bikes. And the reason for that is mainly that's what we ride and that's what we know. Some people ask why we don't cover mountain bikes, hybrids. Someone even said we treat mountain bikes like the lepers of the bike industry. We don't have anything against them. It's not that. It's just that we don't know very much about them. I think that you would be way more pissed off if we started talking about them like we had any authority. Then you would really see the knowledge gap. You think we've got a knowledge gap already on the shit we talk about? Wait till we start talking about mountain bikes.
I think it is a different person as well. Like anyone I know that's like a proper mountain biker, they're not roadie people.
I don't know. I don't know if that is true.
No, but there's
crossover.
Of course, there's crossover, but like
it's a Venn diagram.
I am not a mountain biker, and that doesn't mean I don't like mountain bikes and I don't want to do mountain biking. But it's like you say, I can't talk to mountain bikers how mountain bikers want to be talked to because I'm not a mountain biker.
No, I think it would become annoying really quickly. I love that they're here, though. I love that they want to listen. We want you here. We respect your passion. We respect your craft and that your superior riding ability. We just don't know shit about mountain bikes. Francis may be excluded from that. But yeah, it feels like a little bit like writing into a football podcast asking why they hate rugby because they don't talk about it. That it's just like the disciplines are kind of separate, and we just kind of try to stick to our lane as much as we can, I think. Yeah,
and I think we do. In the past, there has been some experiments, and I think if someone said to us, you have the audience or you have the ability to be able to make videos on any type of cycling or any sport or anything, that's what we would like to be doing. We'd love to get to a point where we can make videos about life. If people want to watch them.
Wait, what's the point? We're going to start doing videos about mountain bikes if people want them.
No, what I'm saying is we would like to make videos about mountain biking.
I think I like to keep it separate. I did a lot of mountain biking. I filmed a lot of mountain bike videos a while back. And then, I think the plan was to do Cape Epic and train for it, which is a multi-day stage race, mountain bike stage race in South Africa. And then COVID happened and everything just got canned. And I got really into it. But because it's like tied to work, I'm actually enjoying riding off-road and mountain bike more since then when I don't talk about it at all and don't even talk about it on the podcast because it doesn't feel as worky. So I think that separation is good sometimes.
Do you have an unpopular opinion? Send it to Wild Ones. Just send it. I've never noticed it said
send it down the black trail.
Yeah, exactly. Send it to Wild Ones Podcast at cademedia.co.uk and you might feature on a future episode.
Today's episode of the Wild Ones podcast is supported by Garmin.
I've actually been using Garmin bike computers and watches for well over a decade now.
Yeah, me too.
I actually bought my first one in 2012. It was the Forerunner 410, and I was training for my very first triathlon at the time.
And how did that go, Jimmy?
Well, it would have gone great if I hadn't accidentally miscounted my bike laps and got myself DQ'd for doing one short.
Rookie error. You should have used the laps function.
I know. But my point is, Garmin's have been part of our lives for a long time now. So it was a bit of a full circle moment when they came on board to support the channel.
And they don't just make watches and head units with bike-specific GPS mapping and performance monitoring.
Nope. They also make power meters, heart rate monitors, smart bike lights that capture video and alert you when cars are approaching, tax indoor trainers, and so much more.
So thank you to Garmin for supporting this podcast. Yes, and we're going to finish off with some listeners' takeover. A couple of things. Number one, the general consensus is that everyone agrees that the reason this podcast is good is because of the vibes.
Oh, for sake.
Well done, Francis.
Thank you. Cannot be explained by science, Jimmy. Sorry. Not everything can be explained.
Secondly, occasionally people complain that they're getting served adverts for triggering topics that they don't want to see on our YouTube videos. I am sorry to say we have no control of that. I'm glad to say that you do have control over that. You can limit ads on Google and YouTube on the following topics: alcohol, dating, gambling, pregnancy and parenting, and weight loss. You just have to change some settings in your Google account. If you search, "How do I hide sensitive adverts" on Google, it will tell you how to do that. And that is my public service announcement done on that topic. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Now on to a question.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
On to a question from a listener called Alex. Hi all, love the show, the energy and the fun you all have. It particularly helped keep me sane the past month since I came off my bike and broke my elbow, so thanks for the weekly pick-me-ups.
Aw.
Thank you for listening. One question, what really makes steel or metal bikes generally better in your opinion? I need a new bike after my crash, and I am looking into getting a steel bike. Am I missing out if I go for something like the Fairlight Strail over something like the Giant Defy or similar? I know you're massive proponents of metal bikes, so will likely give more detail than what I've had so far in responses on the internet of just buy carbon, it's lighter. Thanks and keep up the good work, Alex.
I actually had a very good first point, which is either a positive or a negative depending on how you look at it. If Alex already owned a steel bike, he wouldn't be looking for a new one.
Oh, what, it was just impenetrable to crashes?
Well, a lot of them, yes, and you can just replace a tube on a steel bike. I don't know anyone which has ever done that, but you can.
We don't know what bike he had before, to be fair.
Well, I'm assuming it's not steel based on he says he's considering steel.
That would make sense.
I'm actually wearing our Make Metal Bikes Cool Again t-shirt.
You are, Jimmy.
Yeah.
How does it feel? How's the quality?
Fantastic. It's one of the greatest t-shirts I've ever worn in my life.
He says, one question, what really makes steel or metal bikes generally better in your opinion? Did we say they were better?
I don't think we've ever said they're better. No.
It's a distinction. I mean, roll the tapes. Maybe we did. I'm happy to be proven wrong. But I think that, did we say that carbon gets pushed in our faces so much that we have a point in our minds to actively acknowledge that metal bikes are also good and cool?
Yeah. Well, that was definitely the point we were
trying
to make, whether we did or didn't.
Who remembers? But I distinctly remember editing a section where Francis said, steel bikes are cool, aluminium bikes are cool, carbon bikes are cool, titanium bikes are cool.
People, no matter what you say, there'll be comments that are listening to us, and then it gets processed in someone's brain, and then they're like, they said this.
Yeah.
And it's like completely different.
Yeah, to be fair, I do that as well.
Again, you can't win.
Yeah, no hate. Yeah. I think the fact he is even considering both options rather than opting straight for the carbon is our aim.
Yes.
Rather than saying one is definitely, because we don't know you, we don't know what is right for you. But I guess without trying to do the purchasing paralysis thing, it's just consider all your options.
So the issue that I have is he's sought information from the internet, and to quote him, it says just buy carbon, it's lighter. And I would very, very easily challenge you on lighter doesn't mean it's a better bike.
Yeah.
There is amazing bikes out there that will weigh a couple of kilos heavier than a carbon equivalent, but you will just enjoy it more. You will like it more. You'll want to ride it more. The point, as you said, is just consider all of the options that are out there.
So what in our opinions, I guess, are the selling points for metal versus carbon, I guess, is what he's asking.
Recyclable.
More recyclable.
Specific feeling, ride, comfort. Flex kind of in the right places. People love how a steel bike rides sometimes. Some people will hate it, I'm sure. And some people will be like, I just want I only go on smashy rides twice a week and want a carbon bike because it feels fast. It's like a Ferrari. Cool. Aluminium, entirely, like everything is recycled. All aluminium is recycled, or very high proportion. Steel can be fixed and welded together. What if you're riding through the arse end of nowhere and you're not going to come across any bike shops in the world somewhere, but you probably will come across somewhere that can weld things back together? Steel is a fantastic choice.
And you can legitimately damage it and it'd be fine in most cases. You can dent the hell out of it and it's still got integrity. Get it checked if you're unsure, though. That's my caveat.
That's like, yeah. We always have a back and forth about, what should a crit bike be made out of? Because carbon can be repaired quite successfully. And there are loads of specialists out there now doing that. So if you crashed your carbon bike and cracked it, you can usually get it repaired. But you're going to be without it for a while. Aluminium bike, if you crashed it in a crit, same kind of crash, maybe it would come off relatively unscathed and not have cracked. You might just have like a teeny little dent in it.
Also, just to muddy the waters a little bit further, I saw an article in Escape Collective with the headline, "Is aluminium really the most sustainable material for bikes? The metal's infinite recyclability is often held up as evidence, but the reality for specialty alloys is often more complicated, and virgin aluminium has significant energy costs." It's a bit like, you know, that Netflix series, The Bad Place? The Good Place? The Good Place.
I do not know either of those.
Well, I don't want to give you spoil. Watch that series, and at the end there's sort of a twist, and it's quite hard to get into heaven because life is so. If you weigh like your good deed against your bad deeds in this premise, it's very difficult to get into heaven because you can think that you're doing the right thing and you're being ecologically minded or whatever, and you're actually not, because we're all being greenwashed and brainwashed and actually
isn't that all politics as well?
Exploiting people from around the world that are making our shit. So with the recyclability point, I don't know whether we have to take it with a little pinch of salt as well, just to add more complexity to your decision, Alex.
See, for me, if I think the best option is steel, because if you look after that bike and not even look after it really well, if you're still heavy-handed with it, but you stop it from just sitting full of water, which is quite easy to do, then that bike has the potential to last literally decades and decades and decades, and you can pass it down through your family. And if the tech is at the right spec, then the chances are there will be generations and generations which can have that bike passed on to them and it still work really, really well. That makes steel for me just such an unbelievable material for a bike, and it rides well and it's comfortable, and it wasn't that long ago that it was winning Tour de France's. Like, I'm a normal person. I'm not a bike racer. Steel bikes are incredible and they look so good.
Do you know who else rates them? Thierry Henry.
Good. Yeah. Did he just message you? You got a reply?
Yeah. Oh, I actually messaged someone else, an anonymous source earlier. Anonymous source, when I asked who works in pro cycling, is Poggy going to do the hour record? The reply was, I'd be highly surprised. I don't think he's capable. Remco super interested. Anonymous source.
Yeah, I feel like Remco's dad said it was definitely on the cards.
I don't think he's capable. That's wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
I guess it's that aero focused. I mean, of course it is, but damn.
Did we answer Alex's question?
Buy a steel bike, carbon shit.
You're going down hard on that side of the
I'm going hard
fence.
on it.
Okay.
Francis, make an on the fence comment.
I'm panicking. Well, because you said steel, I'm saying carbon because I have a great time on my carbon bike.
Oh, okay, Emily, now make an on the fence comment.
Any bike is a good bike. Have fun
Excellent.
on your ride. Okay. Oh, that's it. That's the end. Oh, poor Alex. He really thought he was...
Whatever option leads to more people on bikes.
Yeah. He really thought he was going to get some good insight. I feel like probably
He
most of the
did.
people that email here email with high hopes.
Well, that's what you're right. What riding you're doing? That's what we need to know. We need the specifics.
Yeah, we do need more specifics. Yeah, I feel like they probably enter with high hopes and leave with deflated.
I don't think so, because if someone's emailing us, that means they listen to our podcast and they know we talk absolute junk for an hour.
Next week, the MTB special, where we'll only be talking about mountain bikes.
Don't say that, because then no one will tune in. Apart from James? Apart from James.
Okay. Well, remember you can send us your questions, thoughts, funny stories, etc. for Listeners Takeover. The email address is wileonespodcast@cademedia.co.uk.
And that is all for this week. Thank you very much for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode.
Oh, my audio wasn't recording.
Get fucked. It was, wasn't it? Not again, Francis.
I was about to throw Francis out of the world.
How would you do that?
He'd just think about crushing you and you'd just dissolve.
Yeah, don't mess with my hand strength.
Grip strength. Yeah.
Thanks and goodbye.
Goodbye.